It's been roughly 6 months ever since I made my first impression on Citadel Forged with Fire, and since you guys absolutely loved it, I decided to make part 2, except the numbers look a little bit different now. And what I mean by it is, it's simply 2021. If you haven't seen my first review, I highly suggest that you do, especially if you know nothing about this game. But for those of you coming back for more news and updates about Citadel Forged with Fire, I suggest that you buckle up because I'm about to overwhelm you guys with news regarding updates, of course. And just to put this out there, they don't pay me nor they sponsor me to say any of these things, so what I'm about to say will genuinely come from my personal experience. Unlike many other talented developers in this current generation, I like these guys a little more extra than anyone else, and let me explain why. How many times do you notice a brand new game release, but then it gradually dies over time? I don't mean dies by popularity, although it could very well be the case, but when I say dies, I mean dies in terms of lack of content, and more specifically new content. Whether it's patching things up as far as the current state of the game, or simply introducing a whole different universe, most games die for that specific reason. People will get bored of it, then they will leave and don't come back for a while, or oftentimes they never come back at all. One of the biggest updates was on March 13th of 2020. I know what you're probably thinking. Dude, it's been over a year. Let me explain my logic here. And by the way, that's not the latest update, that's the biggest one yet. They dropped 136 items, which include new patches, bug fixes, items, and slight visual improvements. For the sake of this video, I will name only a few of them because I don't have much time, so feel free to pause this video and read through the whole list if you want to. As far as new items go, they added different dyes, more quests, raid time of day, which is also available in your options. Then on top of that, they also did some sound improvements as well as visuals. It's been a little over a year ever since this specific update was released, but if you split this into every individual month, that's 11 new items every month. Plus add other smaller updates along with it, monthly updates. And this is what I'm getting at. Do many developers show this much passion when the game has been out for that long? Some do, some might, and most don't. I want to bring up the fact that this game was released in 2017. It's been 4 years and still receives updates in 2021. Think about it. Citadel Forged with Fire ran pretty smooth on PS4. Every once in a while, the game would freeze out for like a second or two when I did sharp turns around massive buildings that I've personally built, but now running it on PS5, it runs very smooth to say the least. They also added this camera movement. When your character stands still, there's a little slight movement that's very noticeable while you're in first person, as if your character is simply breathing. Personally, it doesn't bother me, but at the same time I understand how it might bother other players, especially during raids and such. But that's also one of those things that can be turned off whenever you please, so honestly that shouldn't be a big deal to begin with. It's just an extra feature that you can play around with. From its early release, the game lacked in quests that will give you a little story, and it still doesn't have the main storyline to my knowledge at least, but they did add more side quests which contain more purpose than just to guide you through the map and help you learn the crafting element of the game. Since this game is an RPG title, it is very, very heavy on crafting. It will be almost a year ever since I purchased this game, and I kid you not, this game is still learning curve to me. I still am learning more about complex crafting systems and how they work, but this is also because they keep on adding new things to it to keep players engaged and all. Believe it or not, crafting buildings and bases, on the other hand, is very simple. Once you upgrade your knowledge, it will immediately show you what you can and cannot build. But what excites me the most about this are the physics. It's not perfect, but man, it's fun. I remember I was flying around collecting loot and all of a sudden I was being chased by this ginormous dragon that literally had no other intentions but to kill me. So me thinking, well, if I take cover, it will leave me alone, right? Guys, was I wrong? It chased me straight to my base, which was made out of wood, cheap style, I know. But as I got inside and closed all my doors, and it started shooting these flames, which started damaging my base, and little did I know it started collapsing. But in a really weird, unique way though. So as I already mentioned, the physics aren't perfect in this game, but it's good. If your floor or ceiling is high enough and it's got no support from the bottom, it will collapse. So when that dragon destroyed my wall, and that wall essentially was holding my roof, that side of the roof just collapsed immediately, which was depressing to witness, but boy was it epic. And that's one of the things that just stands out about the game in general. And the crazy thing is, you don't even notice stuff like this until you are actually in that situation. So with that being said, I'm also thinking about creating a server and just have fun on it. So if you guys would want to join me and just participate in it, just comment down below. Also, this game is on sale at the moment. It's no longer $40. If you want to give it a shot, do it. I think it's worth it. I paid $40 back then, wasn't too sure about it, but then seeing support and effort these developers are putting into it, it ended up being well invested. Anyways, I'm going to leave you guys here. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the content. Once again, if you want to participate in one of my servers, just let me know down below. Let me know what you think about this game. I personally enjoy the hell out of it. If you want to see more videos like this, or you want to see tips and tricks, let me know down below as well. Until next time, peace.